out on the inside. Is he going to go for it? He's going to have a big think about it. Oh, no.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
That's gone so well for 53 minutes.
And hello and welcome to round 4 of the Shaw Vineyards New South Wales Production Touring Car Championship as we get set for a 1-hour endurance race around Wakefield Park. The top 10 grid positions were set with a single lap shootout, and as Jerry Murphy demonstrated, the track conditions were pretty greasy, which works to the advantage of the all-wheel drive vehicles. Dylan Thomas continued his unbeaten run of pole positions, taking top spot ahead of the Usthausen brothers, while Steve Hodges was the best of the Class A2 cars in 5th position, and Anthony Sewell was the sole Class B2 car in the shootout. The JWS Motorsport BMW 130i of Gary Manell and Zach Rowlandson was the best Class C qualifier. Chris Reeves topped Class D, while pole position in Class B1 went to Bathurst brothers Blake and Kyle Orban on debut in the ex-Anthony Sewell Renault Megane. The field is now in position, just waiting on the last cars to line up correctly in their grid boxes.
We're waiting for it. We'll get a green flag at the rear of the grid any tick of the clock. There it is now. So we're set. 1 hour of racing ahead of us. Round 5 of the championship. Thomas versus Usthausen off the front row. Watch Usthausen and Searle just behind them. Away we go. Thomas was slow away. Usthausen, Daniel that is, got the jump. Jack's going to tuck in behind Daniel. It's Graham in that car. There's contact. Hodges' car is in the dirt as they make it to the first corner. Holy smokes, what a start here at Wakefield Park. Everyone safely away. Daniel Usthausen leaded by 3 lengths to Thomas. Same length back to Jack Usthausen and Graham in that car that he'll share with Searle, starting there in 4th spot and staying 4th as they hit the top of the hill for the first time.
Steve Hodges and Matthew Holt were the 2 cars that made contacts there at turn 1, and that was seriously lucky for both of them that wasn't more severe contact. It was Hodges who got squeezed up on the inside at turn 1 by Matthew Holt. He got run out of room there and he's lost a couple of positions. He's now in behind Tony Virag as well. The cut and thrust of the mid-pack, as we always see in prod touring, is pretty intense. There's the car of Trevor Simmons having a look up on the inside of Jeff Kite, and Anthony Sewell working his way up through the field as well. He's already passed 4 cars after starting at the rear of the field in the BMW E46 M3, but as they head down the main straight to complete the opening lap, it's Daniel Usthausen, but he's got Dylan Thomas right on his tail.
He'll have a look at the inside at 1, but he yields. He thinks better of it. He'll wait for the right moment. Will Dylan Thomas as they make their way up the hill for the second time. Daniel Usthausen leads this one. Dylan Thomas there in 2nd spot. 3rd is Jack Usthausen at CXC 1, 2, 3 at the moment. As you can see, the stickers there on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. They are bright, they are obvious, they are clear. That's what it says, CXC, as they come into the infield once more. Daniel Usthausen, of course, won the trophy race here in June. Dylan Thomas won the other 2 races. They actually chopped and changed positions a bit. Expect them to do the same in the hour, and it'll be whoever gets the better of the pit stops and the traffic management with the lap traffic that will have the better of this.
Good start from Josh Muggleton. Nissan GT Academy star is up behind Andy Kiss at the moment. He's got himself ahead of Matthias Herberstein, so he's pushing hard. It is Josh Muggleton. Back to the main straight they come, and there's a good battle just a bit further back as well. Tony Virag, the head of Steve Hodges, and also Brett Healy. That's a 3-way contest for positions 6, 7 and 8 as they come out of turn number 10. And also just outside the top 10, Jeff Kite making a move up the inside of Nigel Williams, and he's bringing Trevor Simmons in with him, and Kerry Morsing gets a good run out of turn 10 as well, and he'll go down on the inside of Nigel Williams and pick up a position through turn 1.
Job done. Very nicely done.
And Anthony Sewell.
Sewell's gone with him as well. Yep, Sewell's got past Williams, tucks in behind Morsing. They head up the hill. And we're just having a look there. Jerry Murphy up in 9th spot, but that battle we're looking at is, of course, the 6th, 7th, 8th at the moment. So Sewell's got the better of all of it, and Morsink is the next target for him. As we go back to the front of the field, Daniel Townsend leads a couple of car lengths to Dylan Thomas. He's got a couple of seconds back to Jack Townsend, who has a comfortable margin back to Searle as they come down to turn 10 once more and back to the main straight. Daniel Townsend, the young gun, doing a good job holding off one of the experienced campaigners of this sport. Won a Carrera Cup race earlier in the year down at Phillip Island to Dylan Thomas. And now he's trying to complete the double for the weekend. Trophy race win in Formula V. And look nice next to a trophy race win in production touring as they make their way up the hill for the fourth time. 56.5 minutes left on the clock in this 1 hour to end the day. A fastest lap that time from Daniel Townsend, 105.2743. Fifth lap of the race, his fastest lap. Thomas Townsend, Graham, Holt, Virag, Hodges, Healy, Murphy, Coulthard backing up the top 10. We have a look back, we find Jerry Murphy there all by himself at the moment in 9th spot. Coulthard not too far behind him after having a rough trot here last time he was at Wakefield Park. That battle just ahead of them. Virag, Hodges and Healy, that is a ding-dong at the moment, and they don't want to lose Holt, who's up the road about a second up there in 5th spot as they make their way out of the fishhook once more.
And up the inside, here's a move for Josh Muggleton at the fishhook, getting up the inside of Nandy Kiss. The two cars still side by side through the fishhook, and Nandy Kiss will have the preferred line into turn 9. Josh Muggleton will do the switch back, a bit of a bump between those two cars as Nandy Kiss just propped at the apex there. Josh Muggleton, I don't think was expecting Nandy Kiss to be quite so slow at the apex of the corner, and that's allowed Matthias Herberstein and also Jeff Kite to catch up as well.
So Townsend, Thomas and Townsend continue to lead at the front of the field. It's exciting further back in the pack. There's battles all over the place at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching trackside or on Prod Touring TV, we trust you're enjoying it. We're only 10 minutes in. It's a long way to go. But as Lachlan said, once the 20-minute mark hits, that starts to get exciting because that's going to be when all the strategy starts to play out. It's going to be absolutely fantastic to have a look at.
Still this great battle between Tony Virag, Steve Hodges and Brett Healy. Those three cars have all been having a ding-dong battle right since the start of this race.
7.8 seconds from Daniel Townsend to Jack Townsend. 1.3 from Townsend to Thomas at the front of the field of this motor race. Thomas is just biding his time. He's just easing into it. He's still got 47.5 minutes. Just, don't push it to 110% now and be rewarded later. I think that's the tactic for him. Tony Virag into the pits.
And this is too early as well.
Unscheduled.
Yep.
There's people all along pit road. Have a look at it.
So a problem for Tony Virag, and that's a shame because that car was running in a very good position. It's been a pretty tough season for Tony Virag, and that car's going into the garage. So that is Tony Virag's day done.
So Coulthard is there in 9th spot. Murphy's moved up to 8th. Healy up to 7th. Hodges up to 6th. And Holt up to 5th at the moment. Well, Holt hasn't moved. But it's Hodges, Healy, Murphy, Coulthard that have all benefited from Virag being in the pits. Kiss is up into the top 10 now as well.
Let's have a look at the class leaders as well. Leader of Class A1, first outright is Daniel Oosthuizen. Leader of Class A2 in fifth outright is Matthew Holt. Leader of Class B2 is Matthias Herberstein in P11 outright. Leader of Class C is Gary Manell in P18 outright. And leader of Class D is Chris Reeves in P19 in terms of the outright race positions. And the leader of Class B1 is Kyle Orban in position 22 overall. Anthony Saul continues his march forward, making a move up the inside of Josh Muggleton at turn 10, but Muggleton with the horsepower of the HSV comes back at Saul down the main straight. They're squabbling, those two drivers, over positions 13 and 14, and Saul back down the inside of Muggleton at turn 2. That was tight, but Saul managed to pull the car up and he grabs P14. How about the standard of driving from our two outright race leaders, Oosthuizen and Thomas? They've just been going blow for blow. They haven't been separated by more than a second in the first 20 minutes of this race. They've been nose to tail all the way through. As we see a side-by-side drag race between Herberstein and Morsink down the main straight, with Morsink getting that move done, and Saul now up the inside of Herberstein. This is the lead in Class B2, and Saul, an opportunistic move there on the inside, which is main stick. Now, Daniel Lusthausen and Dylan Thomas are both about to catch a big gaggle of cars that are battling for position. Nandy Kiss, Anthony Saul, Matthias Herberstein and Josh Muggleson all embroiled in their own battle, and they're just about to get lapped by the race leaders as we see Saul getting down the inside of Kiss at turn 10. In fact, Kiss is coming into the pits to get his stop done. And here comes Lusthausen, and here comes Thomas. That was bad for Daniel Lusthausen. He got balked up there by the lapped traffic. This could be the opportunity that Dylan Thomas needs. He's looking down on the inside. Is he going to go for it? He's going to have a big think about it, but not quite close enough. And oh no, Lusthausen off the road.
Oh wow.
A mistake from our race leader. Lusthausen throws it through the gravel trap at turn number 1. And after such an exemplary performance in the first 20 minutes, he's made a mistake at the critical time, thrown it off the racetrack and given up the race lead to his main rival, Dylan Thomas.
Thomas completes lap 25. Lusthausen does the same. 10.16 the margin. And we've got a car wide off the circuit.
That was Jeff Kite running off the circuit there.
8.
Yep. Oh, and a problem for Matt Holt.
Oh,
a problem
no,
for the number 65 car of Matt Holt. That's our leader of Class A2 and our outright championship leader as well, as pulling onto the grass at turn number 9. He's probably going to try and limp that car back to the pits on the grass or else pull it off the circuit altogether. Wow, that's a championship-changing moment. Matthew Holt, our points leader, out of the race. And that's a yellow flag zone there at turn 9. And possibly a safety car.
Safety car boards and flags. There's your safety car, Lachlan Mansell. Safety car boards and flags. There we go. It happened eventually.
So what did I say? I said that there's a very high probability of there being a safety car inside the pit window. It always seems to happen.
4, 6, 7 cars inside the 10 haven't done their pit stop. Murphy and Muggleton are already in there, so they're not going to be as hampered as what they might have already been. So now the Lusthausen's going to be hampered. This is going to be a very interesting pit window, although Morsink was already a lap down before the pit window. So watch them all come in. This is going to be a flurry of pit activity. Dylan Thomas is the race leader. The safety car will come out onto the circuit very shortly and control this field. But I reckon Dylan Thomas will make his way into the pits before joining the safety car queue. Yes, he will. So therefore, our race leader is in the pit lane. This is going to make it very interesting for the safety car.
So Robert Coulthard, the first car in the queue behind the safety car. So there's still 4 cars on the lead lap, but the thing is that the car of Daniel Lusthausen's only just on the lead lap. So Dylan Thomas leads. And
that's Jack Lusthausen being released from the pit lane now, because pit exit was closed.
Yep, so it's now wrong off Lusthausen, who's behind the wheel of that car. And this will be a fair bit of traffic that Dylan Thomas is going to negotiate his way through, but he just needs to be a bit patient here because he's not actually racing these cars for position.
23 minutes left in the motor race. Dylan Thomas is again still he's actually still way back in the queue here. He hasn't really made his way past anybody yet. Daniel Lusthausen is the next car he's got to pass. There are 2, 4, 6, 8 cars in front of Lusthausen, who has only about a 3-second margin back to Thomas, so he's only 3 seconds off being lapped. At the front of our queue here, it's Coulthard and Hodges having a good ding-dong battle for position, I might add, positions 5 and 6. McKinley's moved to second outright in the motor race. Thomas leads at the end of lap 31. Lusthausen is a minute and 4 behind, but again, it's about to be a lap. That's the big thing here. McKinley, the 2 Lusthausen's, Coulthard, Hodges, Morsink, Kane and Searle making up the top 10.
Yep, so what Daniel Lusthausen has to do here is, number 1, he has to get past Michael Kane, who's in the yellow HSV GTS, and then he has to try and get past Jamie McKinley, because Jamie McKinley in the red number 47 HSV Club Sport is second out right in the motor race. So Lusthausen gets past Kane. Now he has to set off after McKinley.
who is that red and white car just up the road, yes?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So we're just having a look at the mid to back of this lead freight train at the moment, because that's where the race leaders and the second and third place battles are. Oosthuizen up there on the inside, got the job done. Oosthuizen goes back to second outright in the motor race. Thomas leads by 1 minute and 5 as they cross the line. And let's have a look at Dylan Thomas and Daniel Oosthuizen. They're just chopping their way through the lap traffic here. This is magnificent stuff. Oosthuizen struggling and trying his best to stay on the lead lap. Thomas knowing that if he can get to the front of this freight train, he wins by a lap, and that's enough for him. That's all she wrote. Across the line goes Hodges, Coulthard and Morsink now. All bar Daniel Oosthuizen have been lapped. That's not far away off happening as Oosthuizen goes up on the inside at Morsink there and then laps him back to the main straight. We cut. Morsink's about to be lapped again by Thomas as they cross the line. This is going to be a smashing victory for Dylan Thomas. Across the line he goes. Daniel Oosthuizen is the next man to be lapped.
If Daniel Oosthuizen gets lapped, then that will be every single car in the field that Dylan Thomas will have lapped. A lot of it has been a bit fortunate for him, but credit where credit's due. Brilliant pit stop by the CXC Global team, because what's ended up making the difference is because the pit stop was so quick for Dylan Thomas, he beat the safety car out of pit lane. That was how he was able to get almost that lap advantage on Daniel Oosthuizen.
Coming into the fishhook, trying to stay away from Dylan Thomas for as much as possible, but that's not happening for him now. He tries to get up on the inside of Coulthard into 9. No, that's welcomes Dylan Thomas onto his bumper bar. Thomas is about to lap Oosthuizen here at Wakefield Park. They're going to go 3 wide into 10 if you don't mind. And now Dylan Thomas has lapped the field here at Wakefield Park.
Oh, and a slow run out of turn 10 for Dylan Thomas. He covered to the inside there to make sure Oosthuizen couldn't do the switchback on him. That was very smart driving there from Dylan Thomas, just shutting the door on Oosthuizen. And now, unless there's a mechanical problem for Dylan Thomas, he's got this race in the bag.
He can cruise with 16.5 minutes to go.
So Dylan Thomas leads, Daniel Oosthuizen second, Jamie McKinlay third. Jamie McKinlay looking good for a podium outright on debut. This is his first race meeting this weekend, sharing the number 47 HSV Club Sport with Brett Healy. And they will win their class as well. They are way in front.
Thomas has now lapped Hodges.
I was just about to say, Zach, that they're almost a lap in front. Jamie McKinlay and Brett Healy of the next best car in Class A2, which is Steve Hodges.
Yep.
So McKinlay and Healy, the leader of Class A2. Dylan Thomas, our outright race leader, leads Class A1. Leader of Class B2 is now the car of Mark Kane and Josh Muggleson. So they could be on for a class win. They're up inside the top 10 outright. Zach Rowlandson and Gary Manell continues to lead Class C. Chris Reeves leads Class D, and Blake and Kyle Orban still lead the way in Class B1.
Dylan Thomas leads this race comfortably, completes another lap. It's 1.3 now, plus the lap from Thomas to Oosthuizen. It'll be interesting to see if Oosthuizen can unlap himself in the final 10 minutes, which we've entered just now. We had a delayed start, of course, due to a car stopping on the far side of the circuit. That was Dixon. We had Sewell and Townsend's entry be able to go around and rejoin from the back of the grid. They made their way forward until some mechanical dramas have plagued their day. But at the front of the field, it's been Thomas and Oosthuizen leading the way all the way to the checkered flag, and Thomas with the 1 lap lead. Thanks, part in due to good timing with the safety car.
We've had a problem at turn number 8, the fishhook. That's David Bailey and Luke Searle.
So
have come together there, and Luke Searle has gone off into the escape road there.
Unbelievable.
Hopefully not too much damage. He'd done such a great job as well to work himself back up into 4th position.
Hodges has reclaimed 4th spot on that, but now he'll rejoin the circuit. Whether he's lost out to Coulthard and Morsink, I think he has as well.
He's lost out to Coulthard, definitely, yeah.
But not to Oosthuizen. He's about to lose out to Michael Kane, who flies up on the inside. Will he go into the pits? Yes, he will. So there's another retirement for you to add to the list. Searle is out of the race and Graham as well. Unbelievably bad luck for them here at Wakefield Park. Michael Caine jumps up into 7th, Morsink up into 6th, Coulthard up into 5th, Hodges up into 4th, McKinlay is 3rd. Look at this on the main straight. Hardly any room there, but they've made the move to happen.
That's Nigel Williams and Josh and Mark Caine. Mark Caine gets back up the inside of Nigel Williams. They're not actually battling for position either because they're separated by a lap. One driver who has dropped back a fair way is Rolloff Wusthausen. He's been nursing that car around for the last few laps, lapping in the 1 minute 15s. He's about to lose another spot to Jeff Kite very shortly as well.
Jack will be watching on and thinking one or two things. Geez, I hope there isn't a mechanical failure. And come on, Dad, pull your finger out. But it looks like there's a severe problem with that car. It is limping towards the bottom of the circuit. Will he come in or will he stay out and limp it to the checkered flag? He's going to stay out and limp it. So, yeah, clear problems there. McKinlay's in the pits. McKinlay is in the pits. What is going on here?
Oh, no.
Are you kidding me? Wow. They've gone so well for 53 minutes, and now it's evaporating.
Is it a flat tyre on that car?
Flat tyre. Yeah. That's what I've just been told. Flat tyre. Wow.
And by the time they get that changed and get back out onto the circuit, they're going to lose their top 3 position because Steve Hodges is in P4 at the moment and he's coming around turn 10 now. So Steve Hodges will pick up position 3 this time around.
They're going to display the last lap board this time. So therefore, it will be a 50-lap race and it'll end just before the 1 hour mark again. I don't get that. I do not understand that. So Thomas, Wusthausen, Hodges, Morsink, Coulthard, Michael Caine, Mark Caine, Kite and Reeves and Rolloff Wusthausen making up the top 10 at the moment. But Dylan Thomas is on his way home. A lap and 6 seconds the margin. What a performance from this guy this weekend. Just makes it look so damn easy, doesn't it? From the Formula V yesterday in qualifying right through race 1, race 2, race 3, the trophy race, he took victory across a magnificent weekend where he, I guess, ran for 12, 14, so it's 26, 42 laps of racing. Now he's come out and led 50 here, or led the majority of 50 here in a Prod Touring 1 hour, and he's going to smoke it up onto the main straight and weave from left to right. Dylan Thomas wins on a Sunday afternoon in Goulburn, and he made it look too easy.
Great performance. Oh, and on the last lap.
Oh, no!
A major mechanical failure for Nandy Kiss. Well, he hasn't got to the finish yet, so that's going to be a retirement for Nandy Kiss on the very last lap.
Tragedy.
What a heartbreaker. We've had a few heartbreaking retirements so far this weekend. He was in position 12, and unless he can somehow limp that car around to the checkered flag, that'll be an agonising retirement. Perilously close to actually getting to the finish as well. And that must have left some fluid on the racetrack because Chris Reeves has gone off on the cool-down lap. He had already taken the checkered flag, Chris Reeves.
He's going to try... No. They're not going to try and limp that car home. There's going to be a lot of oil on the circuit because it looks like a yellow car has spun up at the top of the hill there. Oh, this is...
Oh, that's the Auburn car's gone around.
And now another car's gone around too.
Kerry Morsink spins as well. And this is on the cool-down lap. Keep in mind that a lot of these cars have already taken the checkered flag.
Yep. Well, there you go. And the Kiss car has pulled up right there.
So just a bit of pandemonium to finish off this production touring car race. But
on the edge of turn 9.
Let's confirm the results for you.
Yeah, please do.
Dylan Thomas, your race winner. He also wins Class A1.
Yep.
Daniel Wusthausen, second outright, second in Class A1. Kerry Morsink finishes in 3rd position and wins Class A2. So he got ahead of Steve Hodges at the end.
Very close to the end, yeah.
Yep, Mark Caine wins Class B2, finishing in position 7 outright, along with Josh Muggleson. Chris Reeves wins Class D, finishing in 9th position outright. And Zach Rollinson and Gary Manell win Class C in 13th outright, with Blake Orban and Kyle Orban winning Class B1 in position 16 outright. In third place, would you please congratulate Kerry Morsing?
Hi all, look, thanks for a fantastic afternoon. My crew was superb. The car was excellent, so thanks to Darren at LA Racing Lubricants. Just flawless, ran all day, didn't move, the temperature, pressure, anything, just fantastic. Thanks to my competitors. Always love racing with you guys, no matter what happens. Usually not so good, but this stage actually worked out. So yeah, I had an awesome race, and I loved every minute of it. So thanks again, everyone, and bring on the next one.
Cheers, Kerry, congratulations. He also won his Class A2. He was the best of the V8 powered cars today, coming home in second place overall. He led the early laps of the race, and he finished a very strong runner-up outright. Let's hear it for Daniel Nisthausen.
I'd like to thank my dad mostly, firstly. The guys from the CXC Global Racing, they were incredibly helpful for everything they did. If anything goes wrong with the car, they're more than helpful, so they're great to have on board with it, be on board with them. The category is great. Everyone from the category, it's a lot of fun coming here all the time, and everyone's so friendly, so thanks everyone.
Cheers, Daniel, congratulations. Yeah, I'll get you to stay up on the podium for the photo at the end. And taking the round win, what a weekend it's been for him. It started off with a clean sweep in the Formula V category, and then he lapped the entire field in that endurance race, so it really was a dominant win for CXC Global Racing. Give a big round of applause to Dylan Thomas.
Thanks to all the officials that came out there, and I just want to do a real special thank you to the boys from CGR Performance. In the lead up to the week, this week was particularly challenging. We had a lot of cars to get ready, and these boys decided to have fuel tanks delivered last minute. So on Thursday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, two tanks arrived with no framework or anything. So the boys had to frame them all up and then dyno them afterwards, as well as fit them. And yeah, so well done to the boys. I'm really proud of you, and we did an awesome job. And it's been a cracking weekend for me personally as well, which I'm pretty chuffed about. So thanks. Cheers.
Congratulations, Dylan. There we are. Please join me in congratulating our top 3 place getters for the Prod Tour Enduro here at Wakefield Park. Hope you've enjoyed all the action from Wakefield Park, and I look forward to your company for the next Prod Touring round at Sydney Motorsport Park. On behalf of Zach Caven, I'm Lachlan Mansell. See you next time, right here on Production Touring TV.